There's a way of speaking on YouTube that will blow up your personal brand faster because it builds more connection with your audience and allows you to teach and explain concepts more engagingly and effectively. If you learn how to speak like this, speaking not only becomes easier on camera, but it also feels more authentic and connected, and it will make you stand out on YouTube. So on YouTube right now, I'm seeing two camps of creators who are building personal brands. We got the teleprompter bros who are just scripting everything out. They're trying to hook you in with every single sentence and deliver as much value as humanly possible within 10 minutes. And along the way, they are losing the how. They are losing how they actually communicate, and often they come across as, I'm not going to say untrustworthy, but they don't help themselves to actually build trust because it's hard to actually build a connection with somebody who's just reading words at the camera, right? The next gang are the film it all in one take on your iPhone, completely off the cuff creators who might be able to share like an epiphany every now and then where it's like, oh, I just thought of this cool thing, let me share it, which is cool sometimes, but consistently over time, they struggle to deliver real value to their audience. Now, I've found that the best way to make videos that get views and make sales for your business and build your personal brand is by combining these two approaches and talking off the cuff around a very strategic plan. So that allows you to build that connection with your audience and it allows you to deliver an insane amount of value. Okay, I've taught this to hundreds of entrepreneurs and it's been working really well for them to allow them to speak to camera more naturally. So let's crack into it. If you are an entrepreneur and a coach or a coach and you want to make videos, you're watching this video, it's very likely that you've got a ton of knowledge in your head and information that you know that could really help people, could build your brand, and could make a real impact. And if you don't follow this first point, then it's likely that your message will never actually get heard. And this is really the difference between making a video that grows your business and one that just completely wastes your time. So you've got to see knowledge like musical notes. I bet you weren't expecting that. Let's say that each of these notes is a piece of knowledge. On this guitar, there's 20 notes on each string, and there's 6 strings, so there's 120 potential notes, right, that we could play. That's a lot of knowledge and information that I could share. So I'm an entrepreneur and I've got like tons of knowledge I can share. Okay, let's just make a video and share all my knowledge, right? That's like doing this on the guitar. Look how much knowledge I just shared. It's good, right? Did you like the video? Like and subscribe. That's obviously not going to get you anywhere, right? But that's what most people do who are making videos, right? They're just like trying to share all of their knowledge and prove that they're an expert. So instead, you need to structure your knowledge. Knowledge and information by itself is inherently actually valueless. The thing that gives knowledge and information value is the organization and structuring of it. That is your job as a creator. So there's 2 ways, principally, to structure and organize information. The first way is limiting the amount of information that you share in a video. You probably need to share way less information in a video than you think if you structure it well. So the first thing is limiting your information. In this analogy, that would look like choosing a key. So I might choose the key of E. So I'm only playing like 5 notes there and it's already sounding like music, right? Less is more here. So I can also play a bunch of different chords in the key of E. Right, and this structure here is limiting the amount of information that I'm sharing with you right now. The next thing is choosing the order of which to share the information. So in this point right now, you've probably realized, or maybe you haven't, that I've chosen quite a while right now to lay the context and explain why this is important before actually talking that much about it. Rather than, for example, calling my video something like, here's everything I know about structuring content. Oh, it sounds fun, right? And then I'm like, right, here's everything I know about structuring information. You probably wouldn't click on that and watch it because for you, structuring information doesn't sound shiny enough for it to be important. But you do understand that blowing up your personal brand is important, right? So I'm linking, I've spent a fair amount of time now linking blowing up your personal brand to structuring your content and showing you why this is important. Okay, so once you structure your content and choose the order, your music might start sounding like this. So it's like a chord progression. So I'm choosing these chords So that might be point 4, right? This is point 1, 2, 3, 4. And then going off the cuff, you know, you just start like fiddling around. And then you're going off the cuff like that around those points. So in your own videos, what you're gonna wanna do is spend quite a bit of time, and not like time just to fill up time, I mean like time to really make sure that the audience gets it, explaining the why before each point. And this is why in school, like some teachers in classes were so interesting and engaging and others were so boring. The ones that were engaging and interesting are likely explaining why this is super important for you to learn, often using metaphors and analogies. And the ones that are boring just go straight into it and be like, you need to learn this. And you'd be like, oh, okay, why? So once you've got that plan, how do you actually deliver it to camera off the cuff in a way that feels authentic and connected to your audience? And just before I get into that, I want to show you exactly what a transformation looks like that uses this method of speaking. So check out my client Guy's first video when he joined my program.
Just realized that we had to do today's challenge. Just want to make sure that I start with everybody else. Watch a lot of videos and very happy to see the group of people that are in here and looking forward to working with all of you to grow together.
And after going through the program, the Natural Speaking System, for 8 weeks, check out Guy's latest video.
Don't sell your business without watching this video first. Many founders end up leaving millions of dollars on the table when they sell. The problem? They don't know what buyers are looking for and how some simple action could have made their business irresistible. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 8 simple levers that can significantly increase the value of your business. My name is Guy Ballin. I've worked on over $3 billion worth of transactions as an investment banker. I've built and sold my own business.
And what Guy learned in these 8 weeks was exactly how to structure his videos, so like what to say, in what order, how to structure the information, and then how to deliver it with authenticity, connection, and confidence on camera. So let's get into how to actually deliver like that. The problems that you'll come up against when you talk to camera. First of all, you probably don't feel like yourself, and you feel like you're either putting on this front or you're just like not the best version of yourself, so the authenticity isn't really there. And also you feel incoherent, like you can't get your thoughts across, and it's really frustrating. So this next thing helps a ton with both of those things, and that is to reduce your cognitive load when you are talking to camera. And what I mean by that is that when you're speaking on camera, you're thinking about, like, you're trying to remember the points of your video. You're also trying to like come across like presentable, so you're really trying to present hard. You're trying to manage what people think about you, and you're probably coming up with a bunch of limiting beliefs, right? And mental noise that is not helpful at all. So what you need to do is reduce that cognitive load. And the way that you do that is you spend longer rehearsing your video, okay? Now, I'm not telling you to spend longer on your videos in general. I'm not like, you need to just put in more hours of work. I'm actually saying, if you don't script your videos, right? So let's say like normally you'd spend 5 hours scripting your videos and then maybe 1 hour like presenting to camera and try and get it right. So instead, you're making a more bare bones plan like I've made for this video that might take you like maybe 2 hours, and then you're spending another 2 or 3 hours really getting familiar with that plan and rehearsing that plan. So you'd go over it, like you might print it out and make notes on the paper and think, okay, cool, how can I link that bullet point to this bullet point? Could I throw in an example here? Yeah, let's write that down. Let's go over that again. You do a couple of practice runs to camera with the note, then a couple of practice runs without the notes, and you just really get your head around it. And then when it comes time to record, you're gonna be way more flowy because the stuff is just, it's at your fingertips. It's like right at the forefront of your mind, and you can just effortlessly riff between your points. So that extra memorization there helps loads. And the next thing I'll leave you with is just really trying to connect with the passion behind what you're saying, because this not only makes you more engaging, but it also allows you to flow more. Because if you're passionate and enthusiastic and just enjoying yourself, your brain is in like play mode and you're like having fun connecting points together and connecting with your audience rather than being super in your head about it. And the way that I've been doing this is trying to take my content, both in the planning and the delivery of the content, back to a keyword. Now the keyword is like a value for myself. And for me, that is the word of connection. So if I can make my videos in a way that connects people, you know, maybe connects entrepreneurs to their audience, or maybe connects entrepreneurs to me, or maybe with a feeling of connection to my surroundings, connection to nature, connection with the camera, connection with myself, then like I start to light up. Like I feel my cells fill with a bit more energy, and I'm talking with passion, right? With you got to find a word or like a value. Imagine like you are a company. Like what would your like number one company culture value be? What would that word be? Something that you really come back to and just lights you up, right? Try and center more of your content around that word. So you might be thinking, yeah, but what if I make videos about like software companies, and how can I get passionate about that? Well, there's definitely like, you run a business, right? There's passion there, right? There's like some kind of passion in what you do, hopefully. But even if there isn't, and you're literally just doing it for money, there's a word that lights you up, and try and connect your topic back to that word. So I could just be talking about like how to make your voice sound more presentable and like just keep on making eye contact with the camera and hand gestures. But for me, that's not connective. So I like to take a slightly deeper approach because that's what lights me up. And it also just gives me way more content to talk about. So if you do those two things, you really rehearse your content well, and you also connect with your own content in a way that lights you up, you're going to present way better from the start. And do that on top of a very strategic plan, and I promise that your personal brand is going to blow up. Our next cohort inside the Natural Speaking System is launching pretty soon. If you want to be part of that, if you want to lock in your space, check out the waitlist in the description below. It's going to be epic. We've already done the first one. I can't wait to share more results soon because I was blown away by how good some of the members got at speaking on camera. It's insane. And also I've got a PDF in the description called Speak Like This to Get More Views and Make More Sales. That will run you through the overview and the blueprint of how to actually start thinking about this stuff so you can build a personal brand that lasts. And if you find yourself trying too hard when you're speaking on camera and really just trying and expending loads of energy, watch this video next because it will teach you exactly how to stop trying and blow up your business in the process.